Today on CityCast Nashville, what's your toxic Nashville trait? You know, the thing you do as a Nashvilleian that you might be proud of today, like hating on the downtown transportainment vehicles. And then tomorrow, you're on one yourself, belting out Bon Jovi at the top of your lungs. Since I can't be the only one with this problem, I'm joined by executive producer Whitney Pastorek and producer Daniel Sumstine to confess theirs too. It's Tuesday, April 15th. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Well, I'm pumped to talk to y'all today about toxic traits that Nashville has inspired. You know, when we first came up with this idea, I was like, oh, I don't have any. Turns out, I think we all have so many, and I can't wait to get into it.
The document did just keep getting longer.
So we kept adding and adding and adding. The first one being that we all take way too long for basic conversations in checkout lines with repair people, basically anybody. The second you move to Nashville, it is your toxic trait to then have the longest conversations with strangers. Would y'all agree?
Absolutely. Oh, jinx.
I have a very clear memory of the first time I needed to have somebody come over to my house and clean out my gutters. And they showed up, very nice man. He didn't have a tall enough ladder. And I thought, well, that'll be that then. He'll just go. And we were on my lawn talking for at least 30 minutes before he went to go get another ladder. And I'm like, what is happening here?
Were you talking about like the birds and weather and just nothing, basically?
Yeah, nothing at all.
Whenever I go to Trader Joe's, I know that they're like required to say something about one item from your checkout. Like
what they are?
Yeah.
They don't just think I'm fascinating.
Right. Which I always thought like, oh, this is the South. Everyone's just super nice. But those people are always so nice, regardless of if it's required or training. So I'm always chatting them up about my day.
I had a whole conversation about menopause with the lady at Sinkers last time I was in there buying my lady booze.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my local post office, we were starting talking about how much we love Whitney Houston. And then she wrote me like basically all the songs that I need to add to a playlist because that's what she likes to jam out to.
That's amazing.
There were 20 people behind us.
I used to give my mom such crap about this when I was growing up because she used to always have conversations with what she called the nice little men behind the counter. Like if we were at a hotel or Foley's or wherever. And I'd be like, Mom, stop talking to the nice little man. But now I realize I love to talk to a nice little man.
What are other toxic traits that maybe we all share together?
Okay, here's another one that I think covers all of us and really everybody in Nashville. We love to humble brag about the celebrities that we've seen or met or worked with or been adjacent to or they live on our street. But we have to do it in this like super nonchalant way. Like, oh, yeah, Ashley McBryde used to live on my street. Or, oh, yeah, Maren Morris was at the bar at Lachlan Table last time I was there for happy hour. Like, we love to just have it be like, no big deal. And then you say it to, like, your friends and family in other places, and they're like, what?
Yeah. My wife used to live at Maren Morris's old house. We live together now, obviously. And she...
Hey, it's my dream to get married and us have separate homes personally, but that's just me.
So good.
But yeah, she used to like come pick up mail from her old house and it would just be like, oh, what up, Maren?
Well, my favorite celebrity story that I just nonchalantly will say is that Faith Hill and Tim McGraw paid for my sister's like prom dinner. They all went to the Palms, I think. And then all of a sudden their bill was taken care of and they're like, what? And then they were like, it's been taken care of by Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
That's amazing.
I think that's a fun humble brag. Humble brag.
You know what we should do this time of year? We really should get dressed up in fancy dresses and go to restaurants and see if people will buy our dinners because they think we're all going to the prom.
We'll rent a limo.
Yes! Ooh, with a
limo.
hot tub in the back.
Yeah.
Daniel, I want to talk about a big toxic trait here, and I'm throwing this one to you because you are
a prime example.
Yeah.
I mean, according to everyone else, my toxic trait is that I'm from California. The internet and people in general hate Californians. I am single-handedly responsible for high housing prices and traffic. It's all my fault.
Exactly. How do you feel about that?
It doesn't feel great, to be honest.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't own a house in Nashville. And moving from San Diego, none of my friends who grew up in my hometown are able to afford houses. So I realize we are contributing to it. I'm willing to acknowledge that. But houses are expensive, y'all. And I think it's funny, ultimately. But there's also people moving here from all over buying up houses. Like, there's people moving here from Maryland and Texas, Chicago. Like, it's not just Californians.
I think as long as you're not one of those California people coming here and being like, oh my gosh, a $600,000 home? How cheap?
Right.
Which I have heard people say, and it makes me crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, I think, Daniel, you got in under a certain wire. Like, I think at this point, if you've been here for 10 or more years, then you're cool. Like, you're a Nashvilleian now. It's not your fault. And I'm mostly just saying that because I moved here from California. Like 12 years ago. I did.
Right.
But I was working in the country music industry at the time. So my reasons were legit. It was about my career, my high-powered career working in the country music industry, where I nonchalantly saw celebrities on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean, same. I moved here for music. Like, that's how it goes. So yeah, that is definitely one of my toxic traits for sure. I also love the song Toxic by Britney Spears. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You can get one of those snakes that people have been illegally bringing downtown and a green bikini and send you out there to make some cash.
Yes.
Maybe you could buy a house.
Oh, I love it.
Adding on to that, though, I would say, like, I do complain about the weather a lot.
I don't think that's exclusive to people who moved here from California. I think this entire town has a little bit of a problem where we just don't like whatever the weather is right now.
I'm always complaining about, when is the pool going to open?
But then it's too hot. It's too hot.
It's too hot. There's too many children at the Y.
Oh, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you have any more toxic traits?
Yeah. Last one I'll throw out is just, I feel like at my friends' parties that I go to, unironically, guitars get pulled out. And we're, it'll be like 3 hours into the evening and all of a sudden I'm at a writer's round. I'm at the Bluebird Cafe.
It's not just people doing American Pie.
Yeah,
it's like
a full hashing out
gosh.
this demo. Like, what do you think?
No.
Which I love my friends and I love their music. So I'm always down for it. But
all of your wives and girlfriends are like, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. One of the first 4th of Julys when I moved here, I went to this house party and whoever's house this was, he had like a state-of-the-art studio in his basement. And I swear within like 2 hours of the party, it just turned into like a session of writing. And all the like girls were upstairs. Like, this party sucks. What are we doing here? It was just
I went to a big house party and it was a music video shoot.
Yes.
I had no idea. I just thought it was like a fun hang.
Oh, why can't people just be cool?
Yeah.
I mean, Nashville, baby, we gotta make that money.
Yep.
Wow, that's a really good one, Daniel.
Hi, I'm David Plotz, the CEO of CityCast. We've all set health goals: lose weight, exercise more, eat better. But without a plan, those goals often fade. That may have happened to you. It has definitely happened to me. And that's where Prolon comes in. Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet gives you a science-backed, structured approach to stay on track and see real results. And now Prolon is upping their game with the new Next Gen 5-day program, delivering the same science-backed benefits in a cleaner, more convenient, and more flavorful format. Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program featuring soups, snacks, and beverages designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a fasting state, triggering cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Next Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups and teas, a richer taste, and ready-to-eat meals. Developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by top U.S. medical centers, Prolon has been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy. I've been doing the 5-day program, and I feel so much better. I really enjoy the tasty energy bars, the snacks and soups, and the fact that I can enjoy meals, even though the calorie count is super low. The flavors and textures are excellent. An olive oil snack here, broccoli and quinoa soup there, hibiscus tea, a yummy nut bar. It's got the benefits of a 5-day fast, but doesn't have the challenge of doing it with pure liquids. It's a system reset. And also, I know this sounds funny, but it's not. The packaging and directions are fantastic, clear and well organized and thoughtful. For a limited time, you can be first in line to experience the new Next Gen at special savings. Prolon is offering CityCast listeners 15% off site-wide, plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/city. That's PROLONLIFE.com/city to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/city.
Hey, CityCast. According to me and my calculator, you will spend more time this week between the sheets than you will at work. So upgrade your sheets to Cozy Earth. Luxury starts where you rest. I start my evening in buttery soft Cozy Earth bamboo pajamas. Then I dip into a Cozy Earth bamboo sheet set. They are silky and temperature regulating. Forget the 9 to 5. Prioritize your 5 to 9. Cozy Earth products will transform those hours into a sanctuary. And they take comfort seriously with a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. Luxury should not be out of reach, so Cozy Earth is giving CityCast listeners 40% off their best-selling sheets, towels, pajamas, and more. Visit CozyEarth.com and use the code COZYNashville for 40% off, because you deserve a great night's sleep, and sanctuary awaits at Cozy Earth.
All right, Whitney, we're going to turn it to you. What are your toxic traits?
I think other people probably think I have quite a few toxic traits. One of them being incessantly nattering on about what happened at last week's Metro Council meeting to a room full of people who are just blinking at me. But I'm going to start here. Because I didn't just come from California. Before I lived in LA, I also lived in New York City. And I have brought those powers with me to Nashville. I glare at drivers when I'm walking. Like if I'm going to cross a crosswalk, I'm not just making sure that the driver sees me. I'm making sure that the driver knows that I am watching them and they better not try anything. And I will march out into the middle of that crosswalk the minute we get the walk sign. And if people are still trying to cut it around, I will fully slam their hood. I will point my finger at them. I will do the you mess with the bulls, get the horns thing from Breakfast Club.
Yes. Yeah. That's a New Yorker trait that I'm actually glad that you brought that down to Nashville.
Well, we need it. We don't have any pedestrian safety measures here in town. It's just a free-for-all.
Oh, I know. What else you got?
Kind of in that same vein of me talking incessantly about Metro Council meetings, I will also say that I spend a lot of time complaining about how hard we have it here as a blue dot in a red state. And then since I've come to CityCast, I have realized that our fellow cities in the CityCast network, like Boise and Salt Lake City and Austin and Houston, they have a lot of the same problems, and sometimes they're worse. I think we spend a lot of time centering ourselves here in Nashville being like, nobody has it harder than us. But I think there are other cities who have the same struggle with democracy that we do. We are still the worst at voting, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will complain about that.
But are we the only city with 2 stadiums?
I mean, if you count Vanderbilt and TSU, we got a lot of stadiums.
Oh.
But I will cop to the fact that another one of my toxic traits is complaining incessantly about the new stadium. I hate it. It's stupid. It was a money suck. Are you guys sick of me yet?
No, I love it. I steal your sound bites and yell at people at bars now.
Oh, yay!
So it's rubbed off on me, Whitney.
My little girl's all grown up. Speaking of the stadium, the other thing that I don't like to do, another one of my toxic traits, and this goes both ways, is I don't like to cross the river.
No.
I'm over here in East Nashville. I like it. It has everything I need except a K&S World Market. But I also know people who live in Wedgwood, Houston, who complain every single time they have to ride their e-bike over here.
I love when you say Margaret lives in Memphis. You're just like anything 40 west to just...
Bellevue might as well be Memphis. Yeah. No, I love you, Bellevue. I love your McKays. I love your giant shopping center with stores. That is the problem with East Nashville. We don't have enough stores. Big, dumb stores.
Right.
Yeah, like a Target. My toxic trait is that I like Target.
No.
We do need a Costco, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
All right. And then my last one, I sound like a jerk. I sound like a grump. Am I a grump?
Get off my lawn.
Is my toxic trait being a metro grump?
No, I think you just know more than most people. And I think if everyone in our city knew what you really knew, they would also be quite grumpy. So
That's
Exactly,
nice.
Marie.
Mhm.
That's
Spot
very
on.
sweet. You're very kind. All right. Well, then I will say a fun one. I did used to work in the music industry, and I now am still guilty of this, even though I have nothing that I can offer anybody. I have a bad habit of kind of just waiting for somebody to give me a ticket to a show. I don't buy enough concert tickets. And there are definitely times when I would have liked to go see something, and I probably should have, but I'm like, why? I used to be able to get into these shows for free. That's what I'm actively working on. Even for bands that I know and love, and I know they're people, or I used to work with them, I'm trying to get better about just buy a ticket, Whitney. There's no other way for these people to make money in the current music industry.
Yeah. Have you ever paid to go to Bonnaroo?
No, I've never paid to go to Bonnaroo.
Oh,
Still.
see?
Still. God, I'm a jerk. Why would anyone like me? But Marie, I bet you expect to go to comedy shows for free.
There are many I do. Yes, I do expect. Sometimes, I mean, if I know every single person on the lineup, it's like, can someone please put me as a comp, please? But if it's Zanies, they really make you pay.
Well, okay, Marie, now it's time. You've listened to us bare our souls.
Well, I have to say, maybe my friends may think I'm a jerk because if they ask me to pick them up from BNA, I'm like, of course, I will be there. But I tell you, my toxic trait is they will text me, I've landed. I'm like, cool, on the way. And that's when I leave my house. Because, I mean, who knows? It can take so long to like get your bag if you actually are one of those people that check baggage, you know, and exiting the plane. Sometimes you're on the tarmac. So I ain't leaving my house till you text me that you've landed, which has pissed off some friends.
What time do you get there, though, if you're leaving?
When I fly, I also just barely get there before the plane takes off. I have TSA, which is a new thing for me. I'd never had it. In all of my years of touring the country, I would just get there 2 hours before. But since now I have TSA, I get there like 30 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes before boarding starts. So
Wow.
I push it. I like to push it. It's a fun game. Will I make this plane that I just spend so much money on? Who knows? So fun.
I try not to push it. And I think some of that comes from my time, again, in the country music industry and touring, where if you've got 12 people who are showing up for the flight and like oversized guitar cases and all that stuff, you got to save time. I mean, you can't always, but I don't like to be stressed out at the airport.
Yeah. I used to be like you, Marie, and then Elena needs to be there like 2 hours in advance, and she's shown me the glory of showing up early and just having a beer. It's glorious.
Well, I personally, another one of my toxic traits, I am for hot chicken before a flight.
Yes.
I had
How do you even have time to get it?
Well, there's some delays lately. I don't know if you've flown recently, but whenever there's a delay, it's like, ooh, I'll get some hot chicken. I had a flight, humble brag. I went to London. That was exciting. But before that 9-hour flight, I had some hot chicken. And guess what? I was fine.
Yeah.
My neighbors were not.
Did you bring it on the plane?
No. I do not do that. Although I have flown with a friend who brought like a tuna fish sandwich. No. I said, I do not know you. So those are all my BNA toxic traits.
Those are your airport toxic traits.
Yes.
All right. What else?
Let's go to cars, automobiles. Having lived in New York for so long, coming down to Nashville where nobody walks, we have 0 sidewalks. I drive short distances. So like maybe I go to Aldi and they don't have sometimes like red curry paste. And I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to go across the street to Kroger.
No.
What do I get in my car?
Marie.
Yes, I will
You
get
do
him.
not drive
It's scary
from
to cross.
the Eastland Aldi to the Eastland Kroger. You do not.
Ooh.
Oh,
So it's scary to cross streets here.
that one has a crosswalk.
Okay, so that is my toxic trait, driving very
We do
short
that here.
distances.
Everybody not only feels entitled to drive their short distances, but feels entitled to there being a parking spot when they arrive.
Oh, yes.
And with our
Absolutely.
increased focus on density and urbanism,
Mhm.
fewer and fewer places are making the kinds of expansive parking lots that we're used to seeing in this town. Skinny Dennis, great example. We've all been there now and we've all loved it. And we can
Yes.
all agree that this new honky tonk on Gallatin has zero parking.
Zero parking. We carpooled. I was so proud of my friends. We could have taken 3
Wonderful.
cars. We all got in one. It was adorable. And then we couldn't find parking.
Don't
So-
even try it, folks. If
Yeah.
you're going to Skinny Dennis, find an alternative means to get there. You can wait 45 minutes, take the bus 7 minutes. You can ride your e-bike that I know so
Yeah.
many of you have.
Oh,
I walk. I can just walk there.
I used to have a Vespa scooter that I would ride.
Yes.
I miss
I
it.
wanted one of
Vespa.
those so bad when I first moved here.
Yeah. I honestly got rid of it because this like older lady made me like crash basically in 12 South.
What?
Yeah, she like completely ignored a stop sign and pulled out right in front of me. So after that, I was like, I don't think Nashville drivers are like the best drivers to be riding a Vespa around town. So
Well, no.
I gave up.
This would be a great scooter town if we could count on not dying.
Right.
All right, here's my final toxic trait. I love hating on those bachelorettes, as we all do. But I tell you what, I freaking love being a bachelorette downtown Nashville. I helped plan my sister's, Margot's, last rodeo, and it was so much fun. We did the whole thing, matching shirts, cowboy hats, boots, and we went for 2 nights, not just 1, 2 nights. We went all over. And we had so much fun. So every time you look outside and you start hating on a bachelorette, just think, have you done it?
Yeah.
Because I bet you have. And it is fun.
I get a little FOMO every time a bus full of bachelorettes drives by and they're just drunk off their asses singing Shania Twain at the top of their lungs. I'm like, to live that kind of life. But no, I have to be a grump, a metro grump.
Metro Crump.
Metro Eeyore.
True story. I graduated from college with a small stuffed Eeyore pinned to the top
Aw.
of my hat.
Because that was your
Yes.
vibe in college?
That's always been my mascot.
Yes.
Mine's the
So yeah.
Dumb and Dumber guys. Just kidding.
But Marie, I think you make a good point. We're really hard on bachelorettes, but they do fuel a great deal of the economy of the city and provide jobs for a number of our friends and loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
whether they're
Yes.
working in a bar or playing music or selling them non-alcoholic or alcoholic booze.
I mean, what would Nashville be without the bachelorettes?
I know. And we actually crap on them a lot more than we do on like the football bros.
Right. I mean, we had all those bros tearing down a piece of, this is sports language, the goalpost. Ooh, the goalpost, and carry
You
it
did it.
down
Yeah.
Broadway. And we're for that and against young ladies coming to town and enjoying themselves. Like the double standard here is,
Yeah. The Barstool Sports crowd on Broadway is like, I'll take bachelorettes over the Barstool Sports crowd any day.
Yeah, they're
Mm.
gross.
yeah, I do want to go there to try their mozzarella sticks though. Have you seen? They're
Wait,
like the
what?
big logs, huge
Oh,
logs.
Okay, can we never say Barstool Sports and huge logs in the same sentence?
Sorry, that's now another one of my toxic traits.
Oh, no. Well,
I think
if
we
we've
did this.
learned anything today, we're all pretty annoying in our own special ways. But I think all of you out there in Radio Land will hear yourself in many of these things.
If you would, we would love to hear your toxic
Email us
traits.
Yeah.
and tell us
Email
why you
us.
suck.
Send us a 6-paragraph email.
Yes, Nashville at citycast.fm. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, if we get some good suggestions from listeners, we'll do another one of these focused just on all of your toxic traits.
Love it.
Go forth and be toxic. That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. Stay toxic, y'all. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Doodles.